Hey everyone, Moms Against Medical Bullying and Medical Apartheid. I just wanted to talk about those things. And I was thinking that the theories and doctrines and dogmas surrounding these things that starts with a V, it's got to be the most contradicting and confusing dogmas and theories out there. So confusing, right? Because on one hand, they say, oh, they're not harmful, they're actually helpful. Then in some instances, they say, oh, they're harmful to some people. Oh, they're inside of us already. Oh, they're outside of us. Oh, they're alive. Oh, they're dead. And it's just like they go flip-flop back and forth with their nonsense about these things. And so I got a thought in my mind that, these things, the V, that starts with a V, they're like seeds. And sorry, I just looked at my cucumber plant and I got distracted because I noticed it's wilting. I'm like, I better get my butt out there and water it. But anyways, I was thinking they're like seeds. You know how seeds are like packets of, codes, I guess, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. Seeds are like, little packets, and within them, a whole plant with fruit and more seeds can develop. But that seed has to be put into the ground, right? Has to be put into the earth, and has to be whatever. It needs the correct environment in order to develop. And so yeah, it made me think about how these are, well, they're said to also be like, protein packets or what have you. They help us with the repairs in our bodies, our own proteins and things. I could be wrong, guys. I'm just kind of generalizing here from the different things that I've heard. So, and it's funny, this Washington Post article from 2018 kind of admits that as well, although they still say that they still relate them to causing illnesses. So another thing I find interesting is, like, say in a population, I've been thinking about how we all kind of eat off the same foods, the same thing, like we mostly all of us go to supermarkets, we're buying the same produce, and we're buying a lot of the same packaged foods and everything like that, right? So, I mean, it would make sense that, that people would manifest similar expressions. So, say, they realize in an area, like, wow, there's a lot of cancer there, or there's a lot of stomach cancer there, there's a lot of specific expression there. And they say, well, they're not going to say, oh, it's caused by one of those, that it's that's caused by contagion. I hope that word doesn't get censored, but yet when it comes to the things of the lungs and the nose, they always want to say that has to do with contagion. So I find that interesting. Anyways, so let's see here. They say the same old here. Hijacking cells, blah, 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 right? They make him as an outside invader. They hijack you. They take over you. Let's see here. So they admit that they make proteins, right? And that they need another living being. And in the same token, they also admit that they can be within a living being already. Like over here. They say, Scientists have recently come to the understanding that they exist pretty much everywhere, okay? So they're everywhere, including inside our guts. And mostly don't cause trouble. Okay, so what is it? So they cause trouble, and then they don't cause trouble, mostly, right? So confusing. Some may even help us out. Oh, wow. So now they're not only just don't cause trouble, they may even help us. So they harm us, and they help us, and they do nothing all at the same time. So it says, they are cool and may accidentally move genes from one group of organisms to another. One example is a protein in the placenta. The organ that transfers nutrients from mother to her unborn baby. This protein comes from one of those. Maybe without those, there wouldn't be mammals, or they would look very different. So you see, what are they talking about? Don't they ask themselves these questions within themselves? Like, okay, here we are saying that these things cause, death and illness. And in the same token, we're saying that these things make proteins that help, in a placenta. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of insane how they flip-flop. And they say these things that cancel each other out. What else do we have here? Yeah, they go into like dinosaur extinction, whatever. I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, that's basically my point. Is like, these creatures, right? They're helpful, they're harmful, they do nothing, they're everywhere. So, when do you pinpoint when it causes an expression, So yeah, this just comes down to the main argument. Do they cause disease? Blah, blah, blah. And it just amazes me that this is not settled. There's so much questioning and saying this and saying so many things that are contrary. But the courts and stuff treat everything these scientists say as hard facts and not like theories like they are. Science is the same thing as philosophy, in my opinion. It's very similar. Science stems from philosophy and art and, supposedly thinking people, right? And we act like with these thinking people, or supposed thinking people, right? Most of it's dogma, the stuff that goes through the courts, at least, the stuff they present in the courts as fact is dogma. So, all right, everyone, I just wanted to share that. Take care.